When I bought my lake house, the best part wasn't the wraparound porch or the view of the sunrise over the water. It was the dock. A sturdy, well-kept dock with a boat slip that came with the deed. I'd worked 20 years to afford my dream. Lazy mornings fishing off the dock, afternoons cruising the lake, evenings watching the sunset from the deck of my little pontoon boat. And for 2 peaceful years, that's exactly what I did, until the Willow Pines HOA got a new president. Enter Nancy. Nancy decided she wanted to bring order to our quiet lakeside street. She started with noise ordinances and mailbox height inspections, harmless enough. But then she turned her sights on the lake. One Saturday morning, I found a bright orange sticker slapped on the side of my boat. Violation. Unauthorized watercraft. Will be towed in 72 hours. I laughed out loud. Tow my boat? From my own dock? I thought it had to be a mistake, so I called the HOA number on the notice. Nancy herself answered. She told me my boat was unsightly, not approved under HOA guidelines, and cluttered the community lakefront. She said the HOA had voted to streamline dock usage. Basically, they wanted to tow any boat they didn't like. I calmly explained that my dock and slip are deeded with my property. They're not common property. The HOA doesn't own the dock, doesn't own the slip, and sure doesn't own the water underneath it. It's public lake water with riparian rights that go with my deed. Nancy didn't care. She said if I didn't remove the boat, they'd do it for me and fine me $500 a day until I complied. She picked the wrong neighbor to bully. I'm no lawyer, but I know my land use rights. I pulled out my deed, my title insurance policy, and the county plat map. Turns out, not only do I own the dock, I also hold the only legal lake access easement for the entire west bank of that cove. So I called my attorney. He drafted up a cease and desist for the HOA's tow order and a notice of trespass if they so much as set foot on my dock. Then he went one step further. He served the entire HOA board with a formal lake eviction notice. See, 4 years the HOA's common area park included a community dock on my side of the cove. Problem was, half that dock extended into the water that my easement covers, which means they'd been trespassing on my riparian rights for years. Nobody ever challenged it because the previous owners didn't care. But now that they threaten my boat, game on. The notice gave them 30 days to remove the community dock or face a lawsuit for trespass and damages, plus daily fines. Nancy tried to bluff. She held an emergency HOA meeting, screaming about protecting community access. But the board folded fast when they realized she'd poked the wrong bear. My easement rights were rock solid. If they fought me in court, they'd lose, and they knew it. Within 3 weeks, they had a crew out there dismantling the community dock. Now the HOA has to pay to relocate it. Somewhere they actually own the shoreline. As for my boat, still sitting pretty on my slip, lines tied, fish biting every morning. Nancy hasn't spoken to me since. She just glares from her golf cart when she drives by. Sometimes I give her a little wave from the deck of my boat, my unsightly boat, legally parked right where it belongs. Next time someone thinks they can push a neighbor around with bogus HOA threats, they might want to check the deed first and be ready for a lake eviction notice if they don't.